Friday's macroeconomic statistics is quite positive. Oil started the day with the gains and it's likely to end the week with a rally. All this allowed the ruble to gain momentum against the US dollar. However, the pair will hardly break through its key resistance level today. There is another long weekend ahead, so traders can lock in profits. In the early trading session, global oil prices added in price after losing ground on Thursday. In the mid-session, Brent rose by over 1% and was above $30 per barrel for oil. US crude oil futures gained more than 3%, trading at $24.41. This is a situation we have been observing for days. Buyers have repeatedly tried to stay firmly above the level of $31, but without success. This suggests that oil bulls are still weaker and the market is largely controlled to the bears. Yesterday, the prices spent most of the session in the positive territory. However, pessimistic comments from Washington affected the market sentiment. Despite the fact that some states have started to ease quarantine measures, Fed Reserve officials do not expect a quick recovery in economic activity. In addition, the data on falling demand exerted some downward pressure on the prices. Oil demand is anticipated to remain low until countries begin to lift quarantine measures and open borders. Brent and WTI are still trading below their short-term resistance levels of $31.50 and $26.50 respectively. Thus, the crude oil benchmarks continue to move in a sideways trend. US jobs data to be released today is likely to affect the energy market as well as other marketplaces. As for the ruble's background, it's mixed today. On the one hand, the currency is being supported by some positive dynamics of emerging market currencies. On the other hand, the nearest Brent oil futures are unable to consolidate above $31 per barrel. At the beginning of the day, the dollar-ruble pair stayed firmly near the level of 73.80. In the future, the Russian currency is expected to come under pressure. The US dollar may rise above the 74 mark or even higher. The reason for the weaker ruble may be the attempts to lower oil prices or deterioration in the market sentiment after the release of non-farm payrolls and jobs data from the United States. The weak data on non-farm payrolls has been already priced. In such a situation, it's important to follow the reaction of the currency, stock and cryptocurrency markets. If the quotes gain ground, the ruble is highly likely to follow them. Please do not forget about the long weekend. Some market participants may lock in profits, which will put pressure on the ruble. In this case, the greenback will regain its Thursday's losses and move towards the nearest resistance at the level of 75 rubles. In general, from a technical point of view, the situation with respect to the dollar-ruble pair looks good. The US dollar will hardly rise above 75.75. Moreover, the greenback is expected to decline to 71 rubles and 50 cents next week. That's all for now. We wish you profitable deals. See you on our channel with a new video in a couple of hours.